Progressive House Democrats, including Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar, reportedly wanted to strip the $1 billion from the bill for the Iron Dome anti-missile system, or they wouldn't vote to fund the government. Democrats passed the bill without the funding, but House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer says he plans to call a vote later this week to fully fund the Iron Dome. House Republican Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy tweeted, "Democrats just pulled funding from the Iron Dome, the missile defense system that has saved countless lives in Israel from Hamas rocket attacks. While Dems capitulate to the anti-Semitic influence of their radical members, Republicans will always stand with Israel." Earlier this year, Cortez, Omar, and other progressive Democrats in the House and Senate proposed defunding the Iron Dome while Israel was fighting a war with Hamas. During that war, the Iron Dome successfully shot down hundreds of missiles fired by Hamas into central and southern Israel. Hamas fired more than 4,000 missiles at Israel during the war into civilian areas. CBN News interviewed one of the developers of the Iron Dome during the war. He sees the Iron Dome as a true lifesaver on both sides of the fight. Many believe without Iron Dome, Israel would have been forced into a ground war with potentially massive casualties on both sides.
By the end of the day, we could look in the mirror and we could say we did something for the defense of Israel, we did something for our civilians, and we're saving life. And this is what the air defense is doing.
Former Israeli ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, told CBN News the vote is a troubling sign of the direction of the Democratic Party.
I'm worried. I'm worried that those voices become louder. We know it's not the majority. Not in the Congress, not in the Democratic Party, but they are vocal. We expect our allies, and we have a lot of allies in the Congress, to speak against those voices. So I'm telling AOC and Rashida Tlaib and all those, they don't care about the Palestinians, they don't care about the Israelis, they care about getting headlines and getting support for their radical ideas.